1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You should know I've made my mistakes. I've been left on my own. I've run from myself, catching late rides home. I've pretended so much. I've lied to be loved. I've tried to be someone worth someone. And I've tripped on petty things. And I've kissed some pretty things. And I've slept with someone just to feel the warmth their body brings. I've dreamt and I have fallen. I am the lawless son. They said watch it, young gun. You're gonna get knocked down. And boy have I got bullet holes like polka dots, like a spider's dozen eyes. They said watch your back, your thoughts have knives. And my shadow hunted me like the wildebeest in the lion. So yeah, I got wounds and I got bruises like everybody do. Yeah, I've been through it. I've been lost inside the dark I see in you. You're gonna find your way. You can find your way. 'Cause at the end of every road, you'll find you in the same mind. And you'll see whatever glows is just color for your eyes. So all that leads to gold, if those storybooks were right, would have the X mark the soul. 'Cause what's hidden inside is your euphoria. Some wake up in pain with nothing to blame for the load, before the grind of the day can give them time to erode. They think, why was I made without a light of my own? My horizon betrayed a sunrise I've never known. I'm telling you there's shine hidden in your eye. Some see the sun and others need to will it to the sky. So get up, Carolina. Sometimes the lawless son who needs a light becomes one. I know you got wounds and you've got bruises like everybody do. I know you've been through it. I've been lost inside the dark I see in you. You're gonna find your way. You can find your way. 'Cause at the end of every road, you'll find you in the same mind. And you'll see whatever glows is just color for your eyes. So all that leads to gold, if those storybooks were right, would have the X mark the soul. 'Cause what's hidden inside is your euphoria. 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 Euphoria.
What's going on? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. We had a good stream last night with the dump going on. Talked about some significant key areas. And it looks like we got... Well, it depends on which side you're on. To be honest, I've been over this. I don't really care which side it goes to. But, I wouldn't say that I'm happy that we're back above 16,300, because obviously I would have liked to take that 40% profit on Ethereum at least, but it's not too shabby. Let's switch over here. What's going on? Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. What about it? All right. A waste of water. All right, I give my shirts like 2 to 3 days. Unless I gotta go somewhere. Of course I'll change then. But Right now, I'm currently sitting in a BTC long, a ETH long, a BTC short, and an ETH short. We talked about these levels yesterday. Obviously, going over the previous trade setups, these were the short setups that would allow you to catch the top. That one was Ethereum. This one is Bitcoin. Now, if we look at the larger time frames for BTC, 4-hour chart will suffice. You can see we had downtrend. We hit a low of 17,610. We went into an uptrend. We hit a high of 25,228. And then once we got a lower low that surpassed this original low here on BTC, that triggered an ABC position. So now, as long as we are back above 17,300-ish, 17,600, I will be long. I've already been stopped out a couple times on BTC. It definitely does suck. But what I'm hoping is, with what's going on right now, if we cut down to maybe a 1-hour time frame, you can see that we now have a continuous uptrend. I hope that we get a little bit further above this resistance, and then we come back down to retest, and then hopefully once we put in that higher high, and like I said, it doesn't need to put in the higher high and then come back down below for me to take profit on my short. As soon as we put in the higher high after forming this type of pattern, I can go ahead and take profit on the short. Reason being, because why do I need to hold it any longer? If I have a short setup, I don't need it to go back down below. All right. Now, of course, this could be dangerous. All right, we're not out of the woods yet. All right, because obviously 16,300 is the level set in place from the bull run over here. All right, but obviously this has a little bit more recent time frame significance. This could be a retest. All right, we still might not be out of the water. Now, the one thing we got going for us is maybe this is a retest that's going to put us in this region here and hopefully get out of it. But it could also be kind of a doomsday scenario where, like, this is gonna be the kicker that kind of forces us even further. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna put a lot on the line to take this setup here. All right, so we have the downtrend, we have the uptrend. If we see a downtrend here, I don't know if I'm going to take it, because from a higher time frame perspective, it really doesn't look that appetizing because it's so compacted. To me, that would look just like a single trend. Whereas, like, if I'm on a 2-hour chart here, I'm pretty zoomed out. You can see these two trends are closely tied together, pretty much the same line. This one right here, even on this time frame and this zoomed out, you can see the separation between the two. Like I said, I'm undecided as of now. The only reason being is because I think if we do fail here, and we fail to stay above 16,300, most importantly, I don't think we're going to have a catch, like, within the same time frame, like anytime soon after that. I think we would probably want to go down and test a bit lower before we start seeing any sort of ABC pattern that warrants me trying to take a long off of it. Ethereum, all right, we talked about this a couple days ago, but Ethereum has an uptrend, and we are currently still in a downtrend overall on this side, on the right side. Obviously, if we do happen to keep working to the upside from this level here, the next major position I'll be looking for is a retest of 2040, but that is quite a bit away. So as of right now, I am still short on Ethereum from this price point. Like I said, I'll be taking profit at 988 if we see that level. Besides that, there's nothing really to do. The one thing that's got going for it on Ethereum, though, is we are much further above the long line. All right, so we had downtrend, uptrend. Top of the uptrend was the ABC that sent us into this downtrend. And then we had downtrend right here. So 1176 is the level that we need to stay above in order to stay into a long. You can see I'm long right now on Ethereum from 1220, because I did miss this entry right here, because you can see there's a little bit of shaky price action. By the time that I woke up, they were kind of moving up a little bit. So I did retake the original entry I had from over here, but we have a lot more space between that support, or what could be a support, and the free price action right now. So if we were to get a B to go down to retest, and then a C wave trying to retest the upside after that, I'll be taking profit on this short, holding this one if we come back down below it, and then holding the long going up. That's my plan, Stan. I doubt I'll be touching many altcoins. I'm keeping an eye on KDA just in case. Right now we are sitting at $1.10. We would definitely have to get back up above $1.20 for me to even kind of consider it. Obviously, I would like to see us getting back above $1.35, $1.38 pretty quickly after I took that trade, just because that's a major level for KDA. But we hit a low of 91 cents, which, considering the fact that, like I said, this could be a retest on BTC and we get trapped between 17,800 ish and 16,300, we might see further downside on alts while it's kind of ranging. So, like I said, on KDA, it's nothing against the coin. It's just simple. All right. If we look at the larger time frame, the supports that were set in place, we had one here at $5.42. You can see price action came down, went through it a little bit, and then eventually stabilized. Unfortunately, it failed. All right. And then we can see right here, during the uptrend of the bull market, we had a deep cut right here. And you can see that was acting as our secondary support past that point. And we really don't have much, but if we do continue to stay here, we can always come back down to 72 cents. Let me kick open the chat. Say hello to everybody. Ryan, what's going on, man? Carlos, Kite win 8K. As of right now, probability is back to longs. Don't know how much that's going to last. All right, these little teetering zones are kind of a headache because my bias does flip. Because my bias is related to the real chart. All right, it's not just me going moon boy or me going, perma bear. It's if these supports break, then obviously I am a bear until we hit to the next support or get back above the previous. So right now, yesterday, I was a bear. All right, I was a bear holding a short. Today, I'm a bull holding a long because we're showing signs of support. But I don't pretend to know where the market's going to go. Upside down head. What's going on, man? Radish, what's going on? Good morning, Kite. Good night to you. Well, I thought we were supposed to go to 12K. I cleaned up my room today and I got absolutely every speck of food out of my room. So I'm just... How long do gnats live? They live for 28 days. No. No. It needs to be gone sooner. It's just a single gnat. Might as well just name it and be friends with it at this point. Bottom is in? I don't know yet, man. Oh, yeah, what is the funny rate? Funny rate's negative? People are more bearish after the crash. I think possibly like the tweets, because I was watching Ryan's stream this morning and he highlighted the CEO of FTX's tweets, and I think the fact that he confirmed that like it was just the international that was kind of at risk. The US customers are fine. Maybe that kind of let up on the market, who knows? Or, you know, this could be the pump before the dump of the meeting today. Who knows? But maybe that dump from the meeting could be the B wave in order to get me out of some of these shorts and maybe open up some new ones if we are going to continue to the downside. I do want to take profit. Any chance I get to take profit, I will. But it can't be willy-nilly. I just have to work with the market. Do what's got to be done. Miko, what's going on, man? What's for lunch, though? I had some Wawa quesadilla this morning. A little ham and cheese. But I don't got anything planned for lunch. Don't know what I'm going to have for dinner. I mean, I don't necessarily have to take the percentages. The funding rate's negative, so there's definitely more people shorting than longing on Ethereum. What about Bitcoin? How severe is it? Bitcoin's quite up there as well. There's a lot of people shorting, so it definitely could be a short squeeze coming in. Because, I mean, we already had one short squeeze, and the funding rate just flipped an hour ago to the next round. And it's still negative 0.07, which is pretty high, 7 times higher than normal. Usually it fluctuates from like negative 0.01 or plus 0.01, which is, you know, kind of just baseline, almost like a 50-50, slightly leaning on one side or the other most of the time. But no, definitely people are looking for shorts right now, which if you already had one, you're chilling. I have no clue when the meeting is. Ryan said that it was going to be at 1 p.m. EST, I think. Crypto Fox, what's going on, man? Do you always take profits from your shorts if the price went down to 50%? Not in the past. In the past, it always typically revolved around like the 0.441, or I just kind of held it. But given the fact of diminishing returns from shorts, I've decided like 40% I think is a good point for me, because I just kind of looked at all the past dumps, you know, from like where you would have had an ABC entry. It's like right here, you would have entered here. All right, at its very bottom, that was a 43%er before it started returning the upside. Right here, you would have entered around here. That was a 45. All right. So 50 is where you start to see a lot of diminishing returns, but considering the fact that a lot of these ABCs, all right, their bottoms are typically around 40%. This one was just shy. This was like 39%. This one, obviously, much further. This one was a 51%er, but you wouldn't have missed out on too much. So I just decided 40%. That's a good number for me. Like I said, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to take shorts or take profit on my shorts before then. All right. It just means that unless there is an ABC that forms going short to help me get out of the original, I will just take my profit at 40% no matter what. And then obviously I would have to be patient. So that's honestly what I'm hoping for here. I'm hoping for on Ethereum has the best chance if we are going to do this, where right now we are currently in an uptrend. I would like to see a downtrend, hopefully with the meeting today, the Fed meeting, and then maybe a retest pump. All right, and boom, as soon as we put in the higher high, I can take profit on my short. All right, because then if we come back down below, I'm now working with the trend. All right, the market was showing weakness here. That's why we took the short. If it does it again, all right, we can hop out of the original, take the next one, keep it going down. That way, even if we are going to continue going up and I have the long position from down here as a hedge, all right, I'm kind of shortening up that pocket region that we talk about. All right, because like I said, I mean, people kind of get it confused on how I'm hedging. All right, I'm not just deciding to go long and short from the same exact point. No. All right, because yes, if you did that, and to not have a tight stop loss, all right, you would lose. All right. Well, you wouldn't lose. You just wouldn't make anything. All right. Because your long is gaining $1. Your short is losing $1. So your net positive 0, 0, 0 as it goes further and further. All right. So with the way that I hedge, I create these pocket regions. All right. So I go short from here. It gets all the way down to here. And then I go long. All right. So yeah, if we just continue to stay between this level and not form any new ABCs, which is kind of inevitable, all right, that we will form an ABC at some point, all right, then yes, I would not be making money or losing money, but I would be conserving the money that I have made on my short. That is the most important part, all right, because we don't know if this is going to continue to the downside, so we take the hedge long, all right, but we continue holding the short because we don't know that that's not going to continue. But like I said, if we form a new short position, aka off of this trend, hopefully we have a little bit of a downtrend, maybe a little bit of an uptrend. All right, now the pocket region is not from here to here. Oh, I meant to use my drawing tool. Is not from here to here, but rather just between these two levels here. That way, if we continue pumping to the upside, I have new profit. And then if I get stopped out of the long, I have continuation of profit. I'm using Bybit as a metric here. That's obviously what I use. Right now, Bybit's funding rate on is negative 0.0713. It's actually going up. Well, going more negative. How's the God of War gameplay? I love it. Like I said, there's a couple things I do miss from the original one, but the sense that I'm getting is they're getting you used to playing as Atreus in this game, which it could just be a new mechanic, because like I don't know how God of War Ragnarok ends. All right, so if you know, don't let me know. All right, I'm playing through it. I'm gonna do it in my own time. All right, but I don't even know if I want to spoil that, but it is from the old game. I'm just gonna stop talking about it. But so far so good. I really like it. It's well done, and I mean it runs flawlessly on the PS5, so I cannot wait until it comes out on the PC. I'll buy it again. Hey Kite, how are you on 25x leverage? I use Bybit and I select 25x margin. So I want you to make sure that you understand that the leverage isn't as severe as some newer people might use leverage. So some people might have $1,000 portfolio and they might put $800 of that on leverage on 25x, and then they might not have a stop loss, or maybe they have a severe stop loss of maybe like 5%. All right, and they're going to end up risking like almost 30% of their portfolio, and sometimes they might lose all 800 if it happens too quickly, like the past couple of days. All right, when I'm using 25x leverage, it is using a strict stop loss. All right, and it is using only 4% of my account as margin. All right, so out of $1,000, I'm using $40 as margin, and then I'm only risking $10 from that $40 worth of margin, using a 1% stop loss on the actual chart. So 25% stop loss of margin, 1% chart stop loss, and I'm only risking 1%. All right, I could change this too. I could go, I'm using more margin, so then I can use less risk for margin, All right, so 12.5. All right, so now I'm using 13x leverage. All right, using less leverage, but it's the same trade, same exact trade. I'm going to make just the exact amount of money as I would if I was using 25x leverage. I'm going to lose the same exact amount of money as if I was going to use 25x leverage. And some people go, then what's the point? What's the point of using high leverage or using low leverage? Why don't you just throw your entire stack at it? Because then you're limited. All right. I can take a trade that is worth $1,000 worth of value on Bitcoin while only using 4% of my total stack. So then I can spread that across multiple coins. Obviously, you don't want to go too crazy with it because then you're over leveraging by too much. Right? Because the way that you should look at leverage is not by the leverage per trade, but the totality of all trades put together and the value of those trades. If your account is worth $1,000 and then you have multiple trades open right now, all right, I have 4 trades open that roughly equal $4,000, right? I'm on 4x leverage. Little mind trickery there. But don't ever look at me or another trader looking and seeing that they are using high leverage and then go do that with your stack. All right, unless you're doing it correctly, which is using small percentages and then using that to amplify what you can do in the market. Because once again, the main purpose of, at least the way that I look at it with websites like Bybit, is it is about portfolio exposure, allowing you to make trades as if you were using your entire stack or more, but keeping less of it off of an online exchange. Look at FTX. I'm sure there was many traders on FTX, all right, that had $50,000, and that was their entire portfolio, all right? But if you're using leverage correctly, you probably only need roughly around 10K on there in order to make the trades that you need to make. Plain and simple. Because if you're only trading one coin, then you only need roughly 2 to 4% of your total stack on the website at a time. Obviously, keep a little bit extra on there because you know you're going to get stopped out. You don't want to have to constantly refill. You might miss an entry because of that. But let's say in the case that FTX or any other website, including Bybit, just automatically implodes, just out of nowhere. Would you rather have your entire stack on the website because you just, I don't know, you like looking at the number? Or would you rather have 10 to 15% on the website, using leverage correctly the way that's meant to be used, and then lose 15%? It's like losing a couple shitty trades, all right? Link USDT is printing nice ABCs. I mean, it had a larger ABC here, which was quite nice, but it did get rocked back and forth along that line. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, you could have got the same potential with BTC and Ethereum. I do see the fact that it put in A, B, and C. That is quite nice. I do agree with that. Looks like it wouldn't have been stopped out too many times, but you definitely would have been rocked a little bit here. Like if you were to enter on this line, yeah, you definitely would have been stopped out a couple times, but that's not too shabby. That's to be expected. It's up 18%. Not too bad. But currently there's nothing to get into. Bottom is in. As long as we are continuing to hold 16,300 and more importantly 17,600, I would agree at this point in time that bottom is in, but that's contingent. Okay, those are the supports, all right? The macro supports. If we break 16,300 and we hold below it, and especially if we go back up to retest it and we confirm resistance, 10K, all right, that's the next level that I'll be targeting. Doesn't mean that in real time, as the market progresses, there can't be a newfound support between 10K and 16,000. As of right now, that's the only thing we have to work with. If we break 16K, we need to target 10K. Plain and simple. I'm doing the $7.83 challenge. Well, gotta start somewhere, man. God of War won't do PC, I think. They never did. Yes, they did. I own God of War on PC. I just don't own the new God of War on PC. They're even coming out with Ghost of Tsushima on PC. Like, Sony is starting to make PC products, so like they're starting to get into just like how Microsoft did. Because Microsoft at one point had console exclusives that never came to PC. And then they realized, hey, it's a huge untapped market. It's kind of a middle ground. All right, people that have PCs have no incentive to go buy a console. All right. I bought mine because, of course, I had the money to do so, and there's a lot of games on there that I would like to play. All right, so they got me. But for the majority of people, they won't do that. They're going to spend their money on one system that works well for many, many years. So Sony is starting to realize that, even though they're money-hungry grubbers. Put a shot of glass of vinegar covered with plastic wrap with a few small holes on your desk. I have thought about that. I know like the whole vinegar and soap in a bowl type thing works. But I don't know. I didn't want to do all that and have to deal with the smell of vinegar constantly at my desk just because of one gnat. Hakanishi or normal candles? I like Hakanishi, all right, because what I do is in real time. I don't have to wait for candle body closes. I'm not using the candle bodies as where price action is support and resistance. Everything is absolute. What was the top? What was the bottom? What is price right now? All right. I don't deal with none of the candle closes or anything like that. So given that factor, what can candles be used for me besides telling me what the price currently is? All right. It's helping me identify trends that matter. And Hakanishi, that's what matters to me because all it is working off of is trends. When there's a lot of downside price action, it all blends together as red. When there's a lot of upside price action, it all blends together as green. It helps me identify and look at things a lot easier. Of course, like I can do it on regular candles, just a matter of preference at that point. But of course, so like if you're doing candlestick patterns and stuff like that, if that's your trading method, of course you're going to go with regular candles. All right, because Hakanishi candles, they're just they're too average to get those types of things. You can get like dojis, I think, still, but how do you use a long and short position at the same time? On Bybit, as long as you're trading in USDT perpetual, you can have a short and a long open on the same exact coin, working against each other. If you're on inverse perpetual, it will cancel each other out. So if you're in a long and you open up a short with the same amount of contracts as your original long, it will be net, and then it will just close. I'm long in now because it's back to 17,600 June low, but this could be a bearish retest, right? Yep, we talked about that. I'm taking longs on Bitcoin right now for the same reason. We're getting back above the previous low. All right, and this could have just been a really harsh retest because of everything going on in the market. And this could, get a little bit further above, and then this could act as a shield. But like you said, I mean, this could definitely be just a retest of this previous support, confirming as a resistance, and we continue to move down lower. I have no clue if it's available on Binance. That's something you're gonna have to test for yourself with a small dollar amount. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I went to CVS yesterday, and I broke both of the self-checkouts. I don't know how I did it. I just used them, and they both broke. The first one, I paid with $40 cash, and then did the rest on the card. But I guess that caused some sort of glitch, and then it just got caught in a loop of saying, like, there has been an issue with your payment. There has been an issue with your payment. But it hit my card because I checked immediately just to make sure that I wasn't like triple paying. And then it like allowed me to print my receipt, but then just got stuck on that screen. I went to go use the other one to buy some Cokes, and it just kept saying like wrong weight and bagging area, which I always hated that. Like that is such a dumb way of doing things. Like I guess like the whole method behind it is that it prevents theft from like people putting stuff in the bag that they haven't paid for. But at the same time, like they could just pay for it, and then after they pay for it, take the bag off the rack and then put the item in. Like, what are you really helping, dude? That's such a dumb idea. And it's a CVS, so like there's no like fruits and vegetables there, so you don't have to weigh anything. It's a dumb idea. Okay, you can make a lot of money selling a BS course or something. Why you keep being a good man? I mean, isn't it in the question? Like, what's the point, man? Like I said, I've been over it a couple times. Like, it's not that there's no incentive for what I'm doing here, like financial incentive. Like, if I'm kind to you guys, like, it sounds like sinister, like if I'm like pretending to be kind, but I feel like if I put in good, honest work and treat people fairly, that they will be incentivized to sign up for my Bybit link. And then if I provide them with free content on how, what I believe is to trade correctly, and I give them good habits, then they're going to be on Bybit for a very long period of time. And the more money that they make, the more money they pay in fees. Okay? You're going to be paying 0.03% in fees anyways. But if you sign up with my link, I get 0.01 of that 0.03. So you're basically taking money away from Bybit, which is the big guy, and then giving it back to me. Like I said, you're paying the fees anyways. All right, if you don't sign up under a Bybit link, it goes to Bybit all. But, and obviously, like I have the Patreon, and people that support me there, I absolutely love. Like, there's no reason to like sell out and make a course. It just doesn't make sense to me, because like that just ruins like my reputation in the end. Because like, even though like, of course, like people might buy it, like eventually it's gonna come back around. Especially if it's a BS course. Like if I made a course, like of course I would put everything I had into it, but there's not much to be had. Like what I do is very simple. The hard part is the mental. So like that's why like I think being here, talking with people, getting to understand like their actual feelings is worth more. So that's why when I did do like a course, I did one-on-ones. Like I sat down with you in a Zoom call and we talked. Made it personal. Eric, you and me both, dude. It's a bad habit. Do you prefer to go with high time frame trend or whenever there's an ABC structure? I prefer the higher time frames, but as long as it's a decent structure, like I might jump down to like the hourly 15-minute, depending on like how much price action has been covered. Like right now, I would say like the hourly is still good. Like you can see what you need to see. So that's why I'm saying, like, right now with Ethereum and BTC as well, but if BTC does it, it's not going to be that spectacular. Like, we have an uptrend. That's a pretty significant uptrend. So if we have a downtrend and an uptrend after that, I can go ahead and take that. How active are you in the Discord? There, like, I won't lie, there will be periods of time when, like, there's nothing really happening in the market, so, like, I won't make any, like, trade posts. But I look at the Discord every single day. So, like, if you message me directly or, like, at me, I'm right there. Like, I look at the general chat too and see what's going on. I'll insert myself every once in a while. I probably will start planning like a couple days a week where I chill out in the Discord. Because most of the time, like when we chill in the Discord, it's not even just for crypto. It's just to hang out. Yeah, I hate going to Walmart and then asking for my receipt when I paid for the items. Now Sam's understand because no one agrees to that. Trevor, what's going on, man? Trevor, you be down to play some Call of Duty after this? I'm feeling some like invasion or ground war if you're up for it. Anybody else is welcome to join too if you got COD. It's crossplay, so even if you got on like an Xbox or PS5. Digging. Why is everyone bringing up the mustache? Like it's nothing new. I appreciate it, but no, I mean like I just let all my hair grow back. I gotta start figuring out whether or not a razor company is gonna reach out to me because that's a great idea for me to just go babyface on stream. Have you tried your ABC method on futures? I don't really know much about futures, to be honest with you. Like everything that I hear is like little snippets. But from what I understand, I could be talking out my ass here, but futures have more to deal with like contracts of like time periods, so like weekly out of the money calls, stuff like that. Which that's not the way like I play the market. Like I don't really care about how long we're gonna be in a certain area. It's mostly just looking for strength and weakness in the market and then being patient. So I don't know if I would do well with that. I would probably have to restructure my strategy a bit. Are you putting the cam there to hide the buy and sell limit? No, I don't put my camera anywhere to hide stuff. It's just I got nowhere else for my camera to go without covering up the actual chart here. So like as long as I'm showing the price action down here in the bottom right corner, like the actual price of the asset, this is what's behind my camera is just my list of coins that I click through to get to places quicker. Many YouTubers are using a strategy. I know. I get messages. Pradish sent me a message a little bit ago about some dude using my strat, and like that's the thing. It's not my strategy. Like I got this from just accumulation of other strategies, like amalgamation of like Elliott Wave and the advice from like Trader Tom. And just stuff that like I've learned myself. It's like I wouldn't call it my strat. Like what I would call my strategy is how simple I make it. Like how I don't really involve much else. It's just ABCs. There's nothing to read into. It's just price action in its purest form and patience. That's it. The hedging and everything, I guess you can call that my strategy. Like how I work through the market. But ABCs themselves, I'm gonna call my strategy. But I saw like Jay Casper, he calls it chickens drinking water, I think. or something along that lines. But it's just an ABC, you know? I've actually had a person back when I was doing GonFan stuff, like literally just take my entire video and put it in their presentation on their channel. I mean, it's nothing new. You think there'll be a retracement here? I'm kind of like, the funding rate is telling me no. All right, because if there's a lot of people shorting, there's a lot of built up liquidity. It just takes a little bit of a pump to get them liquidated, and then we'll have a nice spike to the upside. Basic support and resistance is telling me yes. So, Ethereum's last known support is here at 1180. All right, so at least a close retest of that. It doesn't have to be an exact touch, but price would like to come back down and make sure that we are supported before we continue moving up. It doesn't have to. And that would be more beneficial for me, because if we do have a downtrend right now, so right now we're working with pretty much a straight shot uptrend. If we have that retest and then we continue coming back up, then I can get out my shorts. And I would like to do that, even if we are going to continue to the downside ultimately. I would like that short-term relief in order for me to exit these shorts and enter the new ones. Do you think we can return back down to 14K? Like I said, I mean, if we cannot hold above 16,300, more importantly, then there's nothing to catch us. Forget 14K. We're going down to 10K. Like I said, doesn't mean that in real time we can't form supports and end somewhere like at a bottom around 14K, 13K. But in terms of like what we have to work with currently, I can't just say that it's going to end at 14K. For me, the way that I see the market, it's strict parameters. Right now, the support is at 16,300. If we fail and we break that, obviously we did break it and we got back above it. So, but if we came back up and we retested it and we found resistance, that's when I would be like, all right, targeting 10K, it's go time. Doesn't mean I would just take a short because of that. I would hope that I'm already in a short. It's just that's what I would be expecting until we see any like substantial bottom. But right now, we're holding 16,300. We're gently above 17,600, which is like the real support around this region. Obviously, the 16,300 number is coming from the longer term time frames from over here. See, from where I'm drawing this line originally from. But yeah, as long as we're kind of like hovering around this region, I'm comfortable with going long. Obviously, from my predetermined points, which is 17,600, and that is it. Daddy Kite was good. Yeah, I did forget to Wordle yesterday. I saw someone type it like as I was signing off, but I was already tired, and we already been on stream for 2 hours. But we will do Wordle today for sure. Get that brain flowing. It's a good exercise. I like it. I did see that tweet. I never really paid attention to like who owns what or anything like that, so I didn't know Sam Bankman until all this came out. So what do you think I should set the sell limit for BTC? As someone who has BTC worth of $1,000. I can't personally tell you what to do with that, man. Myself, I am already in a short position, and there is no new short positions for me personally. Like I said, if we do have an ABC that is formed, over the next couple of days, then I would say that's a good setup to go short on for me personally. All right, so something like this wouldn't be bad. Like if we form this uptrend, we have a little bit of a retest, and then we come back up. If we fail to stay above whatever level is set in on that first trend, and we come back below it, that's when I would be going short again. I would be exiting this original short and then entering the new one. Yo, just woke up. We long? Yes. Yes, we are. BTC is not doing too hot. Like, we're up like literally $1, but it was like up $80 on Ethereum today with just a little like $35 margin. Does this feel like a COVID 2019 crisis type event? I mean, on this time frame, it looks like it, but not really. I mean, look how large COVID was. Like, this is a logarithmic chart. Like, this is just a little tiny baby in comparison. Like, this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, measured in seconds. Or not seconds, but just an arbitrary number. Like, these are so small in comparison to what happened in COVID. COVID was a straight massacre, dude. This is nothing. Like, even this, like, the COVID drop is like the entire drop that we got when we left the 45K range in terms of percentage. Yeah, let me just hit like Control C, Control V. All right, let's measure the bull market and how many COVID drops it took. All right, so let's connect the ends together here. The entire bull market was about like 2.7 COVID drops. Kind of sad when you put it into perspective like that. I mean, the thing that like sucks about it, but is also good, is like, to me, it doesn't feel like a black swan event because I'm in the correct trade. I'm sure like if you were in longs that didn't have stop losses and you just woke up the next day, I'm sure you have a much different feeling in your stomach. But like over here, like when Luna crashed, I was in the correct trade. So like, yeah, you could call that a black swan event, but for me, it was a happy day. But I guess one and the two can be the same. You're saying we can go a COVID drop lower then? Is that our new measurement stick? Is that what we're doing? I'll take 2 COVID drops, please. Let's see if you're right. All right, if we continue falling from where we're currently at. No. It'd be like half a COVID drop. Because we would want to target somewhere around 10K. So about a 0.55 COVID drop. Call it CD for short. CDs. Not gonna say it. It's inappropriate. All right, we're on day number 10. All right, raise your hand in chat if you lost. All right, we checked up on you guys yesterday. It's okay. You can admit it. Wait till the bond market implodes. Bring it on, dude. Bring it on. As long as the market is moving, I don't care what direction it is going. Just let it flow. All right, I'll be patient. I'll give it like a couple days here and there, maybe a week or two. But as long as the market's moving in a consistent direction, I am absolutely fine by that. None of this 3-month, 4-month sideways price action. It kills the morale. Like, there's nothing to do, nothing to see. Like, just do something. Lost what? No Nut November, my man. The test of endurance, skill, mental fortitude. Because it's a simple question. Can you just not do it for 30 days? There's no bad health effects, but can you just not? You know? Day 10 of your random stream schedule. Listen, man, this ain't nothing new, man. I try my best to keep it consistent, but I'm just not a consistent person. It's just not how my brain works. I'm sorry. I don't know, man. I would need an assistant that had brass knuckles that threatened me if I wanted to be consistent. That might be like a future job title I might post. You must help me maintain a consistent lifestyle through aggressive force. $15 an hour. Chocolate said, I can't be the only one. Dude, it's getting rough out here, man. It's getting rough. All right. Today was like the first day of Triple N November. Well, I guess just Triple N. Where like I had to just like retreat. I just had to like sit there for a moment. I was like, keep up the pace, man. You got this. The guy just must send, dude. I haven't met. I think I've only ever been like genuinely mad at someone, or like I was willing to be physical with them. Was when like some dude like broke into my home. That's about it. Otherwise, like, why be mad? It's just all superficial in the end. Ah! I'm gonna start screaming like Nikocado Avocado every time I get stopped out of a trade. It's ridiculous. I watched like a whole interview with Nikocado Avocado today. I already forgot who did it. It was Boomaville, something like that. It was a very entertaining video. I won't lie. All right, so 17,609. 17,609. 0, 5. All right, hopefully this is the retest. We're about 25 minutes out of the Fed meeting. I mean, we're starting to see the downside. Let's see if it just goes straight down to the downside. All right, so this is our A. Let's see if this is the beginning of the B. Let's play some Wordle. If you have already done today's Wordle, do not say it. All right, I feel like the more and more that we do this, the more people that are going to do it ahead of time. That way they can look cool and smart and chat. And then one day they're just gonna slip up and they're gonna guess it the first try. All right, so my choice of word for the first one is always audio, just because it's got a good amount of vowels in it. It's got A, I, O, and U. All right, so we got a U and an I in the name. All right, so once again, all right, just taking a small break from trading here, just because there's nothing really happening. All right, this is how you play Wordle if you haven't played before. All right, this is something that we do on every stream as a way to keep our brains in shape. All right, so any letter that is blocked out here, that's like really grayed out, that is not in the word. And the word is always 5 letters. All right, so we know that we have a U and we have an I in the word, but they are not in the correct slots. Chocolate, I swear, if this is fruit. No, but you did give us a new letter. So we know there's a T, an I, a U. I'm gonna say okay, so there's no R. What about an H? That wouldn't quite make much sense, would it? Units? I feel like that could work. I almost got that on the third try. What would that be? Unite? Excellent. I was thinking like united, but like it just didn't click in my brain like just the singular unite. That was easy. That was an easy one today. Dump! It's dumping! What if the Fed meeting just sends it over the edge? All the market analysts, they're like, we just got a rejection from 17,600. We're going down to 10K, and this is it. What if this is the final moments? What if we're here at the beginning of just one of the greatest drops? I won't say it's one of the greatest drops. But the COVID drop was just spectacular. Like there's besides the 2018 bear market drop right here, there really wasn't much to compare to the COVID drop. It was god awful. Alright, so like if we stuck all this together, of course this is a large drop, but there was times in between where we were seeing upside. These were just straight drops. Ethereum. Is that Mike Tyson's coin? Now Ethereum. I definitely would like this to be a little bit longer here. And then I want to see that retest. So I can hop out of these shorts, collect some profit. Kanye dumped the market. Goof, I would not say I'm good at Wordle. I'm getting better because there's almost a strategy to it, you know? I feel like the people that are good at Wordle aren't just like, you know, crazy people. They're coming up with a strategy on how to find out what the word is. Because when I first played it, I sucked a lot. Compared to the Bitcoin short last September from 53K to 42K is still the best call. From 52K to the last September. I wouldn't say like that was my best call by any means. Like it was like a good play. It's like obviously you had that right there. And we went into that downtrend. But and compare, like I felt like, to be honest, I feel like this was my best trade ever. All right, it definitely wasn't the trade where I made like the most money. All right, because I mean, obviously, the freaking 100K challenge was insane, but obviously that's a different story. But like to be in the bear market, and be able to catch something like this, and kind of like, it wasn't that I was taking this short and saying we were going to go down to 29K or 25K. It was me saying there's weakness. I'm going to hold it. Simple as that. I feel like this was my best trade by far in terms of the mental focus behind it to get through all that price action, like especially right here before we had that major drop. I would say this is one of my biggest flops right here, right? Because all the dopamine that was in my brain after that win. Very simple, short, easy setup. Would have had a lot of profit off of it. Unfortunately, well, you're a freaking idiot, dude. I took the short, just took profit on it, which that's why I did not do that here, because I'm learning from my mistakes. Kite, how did you get your ETH long level? So the ETH long, obviously on a larger time frame, was right here, but unfortunately I woke up a little bit too late and I didn't catch the exact crossover. So I went with my old entry right here. We had a little tiny ABC right here. So that's why I went with the 1220. Because I was like, shoot, man, I don't want to miss this if it's just going to keep going up. So I took it off that old level. Obviously, it could burn me, but I wasn't playing no games. Don't want to be sitting there with my schnoz on my hand. Whenever this song comes on, it's always epic. I think this is probably like my favorite. Like, at least this is the one that I always notice that is playing. Like everything else, like almost like it's like just like mental background noise. And then once this one comes on, it just feels epic. My alarm just went off because that's usually when I wake up. But we're on an early bird schedule right now. Yeah, I woke up at like 4:40 a.m. So we're getting closer and closer to where I actually want to wake up. I want to wake up somewhere around like 7 or 8 in the morning. I want to try, like I'm gonna try to keep it there. But I feel like if I can get through triple N, I can definitely stick to a sleep schedule. At least I hope. Or all hope is lost. That was a really good ETH entry. You got a little bit below this line. You got some extra safety to you. How much sleep do you get per night? Just curious. 10 hours. Because past like week, I've been falling asleep at like 7 a.m. Or not 7 a.m. Like 7 p.m. And then waking up around like 2:30 to 4. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, about 8 to 10 hours. Depends on like how excited my brain is. Like when God of War Ragnarok came out, like my body wouldn't let me sleep in. We gotta get up. We gotta do this. We gotta play this game. But if I got nothing looking forward to, I'll probably sleep in. I can sleep for like 13 hours. Try me, dude. I'll sleep until I hurt. Your thoughts on a good crypto portfolio allocation? Lately, like I'm leaning heavier towards Ethereum, just because like past market performance. But I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum, obviously, just that's like your given. Me personally, I like XMR. Like that's my preferred private coin. I think it's a really good one. Not because it's like any better technology than other private coins. It's just the simple fact that it's used, like for legitimate transactions. And then I'll probably be betting on KDA. Not a whole lot. Maybe like, 10% of my portfolio this go around. Like I said, we have no clue what the bottom is going to be of KDA yet. We can guess, if we continue to fail, we're going to hit, 73 cents, something like that. But it could go lower than that. Who knows? But I like KDA. They are still one of the top performing profitable mineable coins. That's like a huge metric, which can draw a lot of attention to KDA. Yeah, like if we go to asicminervalue.com right now. Cadena is making $44.26 cents a day. Obviously, that's with one of the top end miners that costs a stupid amount of money. But when you have the ant miner running SHA-256, which I believe is Bitcoin from last time I checked. No, I know it sounds dumb for me to say that, but that's only making $4.88 a day. Script, I don't know which coin they're mining. I think Litecoin uses script, but I don't know what other coins use script. But those are in the top today. No, but Cadena's doing crazy. The fact that it's still profitable. I like proof of work coins. That's my preferred thing. I do kind of hate that KDA went with ASIC mining machines, but I think that does benefit them during this period of time. I think they're just thinking long term. You looking at Ecos Mining? Have you ever heard of it? I have not. Ecos Mining? Radish, what's going on, man? Radish, help me. We need to settle this. All right. Because you're in my chat enough where, like, I want to pronounce your name correctly, and I don't feel like I am. Last time we had this conversation, you said it was almost like you were saying British, but with a pra. Like, I say Pradish, because it's like British. But, like, in English, like, the way it's spelled in the way that I think it would be Pratheesh. Is that correct? Like, is Pratheesh correct, which is number 1, or is Pratish correct, which is number 2? Or am I just not saying it right at all? Help me. Two is correct, so Pratish. Cool. All right, I remember that. I will remember. No? It's how you wait, one is okay, so I'm so confused, man. What are you doing to me? Is 2 correct or is 1 correct? Can I just say either or? Like, is that what you're trying to say? 1 is correct, sorry, not 2. So Pratheesh. So I believe Pratheesh was 1. Pratish was 2, okay. Pratheesh. All right. I'm so glad that's settled. Freedom, I was going to apply for your future post, so you said 15. I had my brass knuckles ready and everything. Come on, like, I mean, I feel like $15 an hour to, like, I feel like I would do that for free. Like, if someone told me all I need to do was physically threaten them, obviously, like, I probably would never hurt them, but, you know, just, it sounds like a fun job. I feel like $15 an hour is ample compensation for that. It really doesn't require much. Dave, see you, buddy. Check you later. I'm like a crackhead right now. I can't wait till my Amazon order gets here. So we short from 17,300-ish? No. At least I'm not. Like I said, right now there is no short positions. It's just, right now, if we do happen to have some downside and form a decent downtrend, that could act as the A and possibly our next ABC in order for me to get out of these original short positions and into the next ones. Could you explain what Cod DMZ is? I didn't have time yesterday to rewatch a stream. And Dr. Disrespect was just playing old Cod. So DMZ is the new game mode. So last Modern Warfare 2019, introduced Warzone, which everyone loved. But Warzone was actually supposed to be DMZ, but they couldn't finish it on time, so they went with Warzone instead. Because they wanted to have a Battle Royale type experience, but then they just ended up going with Battle Royale. So DMZ, it's kind of unconfirmed right now whether or not you can have up to 3 or up to 6. We saw 3 in the gameplay presentation, but there was also like a little thing up in the corner so that you could have up to 6 players. So you drop in with a squad of people just like Warzone. You don't drop in though, you spawn. Like you just spawn on the ground. And then there's 100 people on the map, all either solo or in teams. And there's objectives around the map. There's strongholds with AI. And you might be thinking like these AI, they suck. No, the AI are tough. And not only do you have to worry about the AI, you have to worry about the players. So you go around the map and you can loot stuff. Like there's going to be lootable boxes, jackets, refrigerators that have stuff in them, and you can loot them and sell them. And then you have to extract from the map without dying in order to keep all the cash, in order to spend it on rewards. That's the whole loop cycle. But it's really intricate. There's a lot of stuff going on, different types of missions, different types of strongholds, different types of enemies. And it looks like a load of fun, and it's going to be free to play. So I mean, like, hey, like you can say it's not the best thing. Like if you're comparing it to Tarkov, it's not Tarkov. It has elements of Tarkov, but it's nowhere close. It's Call of Duty, and it's free to play. So given that fact, I think what they got coming out looks really fun to play. And I'm excited for it. Comes out in 6 days. Long 16.8K be a Chad like me. Oh, you're doing this ABC right here. That's ooh. I don't know, man. I think you can be Chad enough for all of us. I didn't even plan on that, but where I'm expecting the B wave to retrace, or where I would like it to retrace, is pretty much that level. S&P. S&P's got a bearish setup right now on the smaller time frames. Obviously, like the macro is good, right? The macro is a large ABC setup, which is very good to see. But short term, on like the hourly chart here, you can see we have uptrend, downtrend, and we just put in a higher high. So we got the bearish setup. I mean, take it as you will. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. US 100 trying to get and stay above its ABC level on the macro chart. Nothing really too notable on the smaller time frames. Honestly, hoping like for LTC, I mean it wouldn't be too shabby if we had that. That would be a decent setup right there. Like just in comparison to this, ABC. Then maybe that could act as like a B wave going further up. But I doubt like it would be that thin. I feel like that would be our A wave, and then we would probably have a B to the upside and then a larger C to the downside to create a larger structure like this. And then maybe oh, it is going to be. Ben's excited about it, which surprised me. We watched the reveal of the gameplay, me, Monk, and Ben was actually quite surprised, which I'm happy about because he's been so hypercritical of Call of Duty, which I understand. Like Call of Duty is not for everybody, but like it's not to say like Call of Duty is not fun. Like I like Tarkov, which is like almost the complete antithesis of Call of Duty. Your life matters. It's slow and steady. Everything counts. Like it's the whole antithesis of it, where Call of Duty, you run and gun, you kill people. It's all about having fun, fast-paced action. The two can coexist. It coexists, and you don't have to love one or the other. You can love both. Now, I feel like Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 are some of the best Call of Duties to come out. Don't get me wrong, like Modern Warfare 2 is kind of like broken right now in terms of like the stability of it. Missing issues. Missing content in terms of like the barracks and prestige and all that. And the servers haven't been the best, but I mean, that's just a matter of time before they figure that out. CNBC said El Salvador had their BT stored on. No, there's no way, dude. What? There's no way. That makes no logistical sense. Like, if they did that, I don't know, like, that takes the cake of stupidity. If I am a government, everything is stored on cold storage. Why else would it not be like that? There's no way. El Salvador, Bitcoin, FTX. No! Okay, it says unconfirmed sources. There is no way. There's no shot, man. There's no shot. Why does that make sense? That doesn't make sense. There has to be new information to come out, because I just don't believe that. I'm sure like there might have been some if they were intertangled with FTX, but there's no way 100% of their crypto was on. You're telling me like what I preach on my channel could have saved an entire country? Get out of here. Get out of here. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. We don't live in La La Cuckoo land where just the crazy stuff happens. We live in a logical society where people make rational choices. Nobody does any of that. That's that weird stuff that you hear in fairy tales. Maybe it's like a freak boating accident. That would be a great play by the El Salvador government. Once again, it's conspiracy theory tinfoil hat time. All right. A whole entire country moves away from the US dollar using Bitcoin as their national currency. They just so happen to be storing it on this one website. All of a sudden, that website goes down. Either one of two things. It was a US operation, or two, they're trying to hide. Either one. All right, tinfoil hat off. How do I get in the Discord? If in a link to the Patreon in the description. Do you guys ever get these text messages? So I have a new number, and obviously I belong to a person before me, and I constantly get messages that give me their address. Like, it's like those, hi, been planning to take on a new rental project in the area. Are you open to discussing potential deal for address inserted here? Call me. So now I know where they live. I'm gonna go hunt them down. Mustafa, what's going on? How you doing today? No more Fortnite. No more taxes. Are you trading in news time or you stop until news is finished? In news time. I trade when the chart makes a setup. I don't trade just because it's a certain time of day or anything like that, or there's news going on. I trade 24/7. It doesn't matter. All that matters is, do we have a setup? Is that setup still currently working itself out? That's it. Hi, Kite. I got one question. You think Bitcoin is going to 12K? Like I said, it's contingent. All right. The way that I form my opinions, just because it's the way that my brain thinks and the way that I trade, it is based off of what is currently highest probability. All right. Right now, with us sitting above 16,300 and kind of looking like we retested it as support, I would say no. I don't think we're going down to 12,000. If we break 16,300 and continue to stay below it or retest it and confirm it as resistance, then I would agree that we are probably going to see 12,000, if not all the way down to 10K. The Nigerian prince in my DMs wants to transfer his wealth to me. What should I buy with it? A Bugatti. What color is your Bugatti? Mine's orange. I want to do Wordle one more time because I feel like we got that one too fast. All right. Do audio. All right, so we got an A and a D, but they are in the wrong slots. I feel like I want to do great because it will get rid of it will get rid of all these letters. I know that there's no D in great, but I feel like it will help us eliminate some of the letters. Okay, so there's an R there, so we already used I and E, so I don't want to do that. Now, so we know that R is the second letter. So we have an A, a D, and an R in the word. R is the second letter. I'm thinking it starts with a D, but I could be wrong. Does anyone know a word that has DRA as the beginning, but is a 5-letter word? Drape? That's a good one. Okay, so drape definitely won't be it because there is no E. But I think that would help us find out whether or not the D is the first letter. And then it would help us eliminate P, so. Okay, so DRA is definitely the first 3 letters. We're missing 2 letters. All right, there's no E. Keep forgetting that. No E. Keep forgetting that. Dreidel? No. Drain? There's no I. There's no I. Any letter that is like blacked out here is not in the word. The only letters that we have left are the gray ones. Draft? We don't have a T. We don't have a T. Can't be draft. Drama? That's a good guess. Nope, not drama. That's a good guess, though. Draws. No, we have one more chance, dude. Drank. Drawn. Can't be. Oh, dude. We have one guess. So I mean, we could do drank, and we can do. Okay, so we eliminate drawn. It can't be drawn because there's no W. Drano. All right, I'm gonna do drank because. Oh, dude. That was close. All right, that one was tough. That was a tough one. At least for me. All right. Detroit, I think you were the one that got it. It is considerate than to only allow one per day. I can see how we would be playing Wordle all day. It is addicting. It is. I got it on my phone when I went up to Monk's wedding. And the one on the phone is kind of cheap in terms of like it allows you to cheat a little bit. So like you earn coins when you like guess correctly. And then you can spend those coins on hints. Like you can eliminate 3 letters. But it's a fun game. It's an easy game too in terms of like it's easy to just load up, do it. Doesn't require much effort. I gotta find my leaf blower charger. Cause with the fall time, there's so many leaves in my backyard. Every time fish goes out, just crunch, crunch, crunch. I'll lose them. I wish Best Buy would get back to me about this job. Like I said, I want a job, but I don't. I would prefer the Best Buy job just because it's something that I like to do. I know I'd be pretty good at it. But I'm just hoping that if they do decide not to go with me, they let me know. That way I'm not just chilling here. I'll try to find something similar. But the leaves are good for the bees. In the circle of life, yeah, but like how the bees aren't active until springtime. So, of course, like the leaves disintegrate, they biodegrade into the ground, it becomes nutrients again to the flowers and stuff, but oh, trust me, like we're lazy. We're lazy at my house. All right. We blow the leaves into a big pile, but we don't get rid of them. So we kind of just like push over to the side. Lawnmower's broken right now. We would do that, but we're probably gonna get an electric lawnmower pretty soon. Is that true? That is terrifying. You learn something new every day. Ugh. Mother Nature, I guess. Okay. I thought they always had a hive. You know, like in a tree or on the side of a building. What happens if we smoke while having a nicotine pouch? I don't know why you would do that. I think you're just doubling up on nicotine. What kind of bees make milk? I don't know, Jeff. What kind of bees make milk? Booby. You didn't even let me go through the process. You typed it as I was saying it. How do you set up a conditional? You go over here to Bybit. You have limit, market, and conditional. You click on conditional. It's like right now. All right, I can show you because we're kind of waiting on a trade here. So I want to enter Bitcoin if it gets back above roughly 17,600. So I'm going to go long at 17,608. So instead of waiting here at my computer with my trigger on the open long button on a market order, I can go to conditional. I can type in 17,608. I click on market because you can't do limit because you would have to have the price go above and then back down. It could do that. It does it all the time, but I'd rather just go in market. And then you pop in the amount of BTC, and then right underneath of that, you'll see the actual cost of margin in USDT if you're trading USDT perpetual. All right, so right here, $34 worth of margin. Then I click buy long. For me, the way that I have my account set up is I used 25% of my margin as risk. So if I lose roughly around $10. So I go over here to stop loss and I click 25%. So 25% stop loss on this trade is actually only 1% from my entry. So it's a very small amount. I click on 25%, I hit open long, hit confirm. That way, once price goes back above, I will be entered in on that trade. Oh, I have to move my face. God. Stupid me, dude. Stupid. All right, let's go through it again. All right. My bad. All right. I want to enter in at 17,608. All right, when I get back above this level. All right, so I go over here to conditional. I type in 17,608. I click market. All right, you can do limit, but it's a tad bit different. I'd rather just do market. That's how I do it. All right. Right here, you put in the amount of Bitcoin that you want to use as margin. Obviously on USDT, you're using USDT as margin, but you have to quantify it in Bitcoin. And then underneath of that, you'll see cost. You'll see in green and red, you can see $34 worth of USDT. And I hit open long with a TP/SL. I click on a 25% stop loss. Like I just showed you how I found out what 25% is. And then I hit open long. And then it goes to your conditionals tab right here. And it just sits there until it gets activated. Africa. Good evening, Kite. Trust you're doing well, mate. Do you think Tether has a risk of depegging? I think there's always a risk because that's just how it is in crypto. Nothing is sacred, you know. Companies that we thought we could trust go bust. Coins we thought we trust or rug pulls. It happens. So it could happen with USDT. I'm not denying that. All I'm saying is that a lot of the rug pulls and fails that we've seen recently were stuff that was started with when things were good. And then they got too big for their britches. And when it all came crashing down and the bear market hit, they fell apart. USDT has already been through the 2018 bear market. It went through the COVID drop. It's still in this bear market. It's been around for a long time. I'm not saying they're completely legitimate because I don't know, dude. But I feel like it's all right. As always, don't put all of your money into USDT. Like if you're going to sell out of crypto entirely, why not just sell it to US dollars? I know you're going to have to deal with the tax implications, but in the end, I think that would be a better situation. Obviously, I use USDT for trading purposes, but doesn't mean that my entire account is USDT. But as of right now, I don't think they have a risk of depegging, but like I said, there's always a risk. Just like how I consistently say, I mean, I've said this even before FTX failed, all right? I've been saying this for a very long period of time. The main purpose of leverage is for portfolio exposure. You can have less of your portfolio on an online exchange, but have the ability to trade as if you had all of it on the exchange. That is the main purpose of leverage. Bybit is no exception. Do I trust it? Yes, I've been using them for 4.5 years. All right. Do I see them going anywhere anytime soon? No, but I don't have all the information. Bybit could disappear one day. Maybe it's due to regulation issues. Maybe it's due to fraudulent I don't know. But as of right now, I trust them. But it does not mean that I'm keeping my entire portfolio on Bybit. That's just a dumb idea. Same goes for USDT. That's all. Duper. Yo, Kite, what it do? It do good, man. It do good. Life's good right now. We got God of War. DMZ's coming out in a couple of days. The market's moving and cruising back and forth. What more can you ask for? Yeah, I don't like the idea of bees being in the ground. I don't like that. It terrifies me. What else is down there? Giants? The Nephilim? Hollow Earth? It's just nothing but bees? Maybe that's where gravity comes from. It's just a bunch of bees inside of Earth's crust. flying around in hollow earth. And then buzzing around is what causes rotation. You don't know. How do you know? Gravity? Space-time? No. Earth bees. All right? All right, the whole euphemism, birds and the bees, comes from an ancient civil war. All right, the birds live in the sun. All right, and they are the sun rotation gravity, and the bees are the earth. They've been at war for many years. No more of this Isaac Newton stuff. I mean, to be fair, USDT fluctuates all the time. It fluctuates to the upside sometimes as well. That's the... There we go. I know it looks significant on this chart, and it was 97 cents at its low over here. All right, but that just happens when people are transferring out of USDT in mass quantity, because when we're hitting new lows... All right, just think about this logically for a second. I know people are fearful because of what happened to Luna and all that stuff, but just think of this logically. If USDT is a stable coin and people have their money in it, and then BTC is crashing, all right, people need to take their money out of USDT when they're hitting supports. So in mass quantity, people are switching from USDT to BTC. Of course, it's going to cause mild fluctuations, and it looks like a massive one on this chart because this chart barely ever budges. It barely ever moves. So we're going like a daily chart here. Of course, there is periods of times where it's much more significant than others. This was the Luna crash, but it bounced right back up. All right, when people are and right here. All right, were you going to say this? Would you start buying USDT in mass quantity if you saw it went up if it went up to $1.09? No, because you know it's going to be right back down to $1, just like over here. Like I said, I can't say like, 80 years from now that USDT is going to be there. I don't know, dude. I ain't omniscient, but that's nothing to be fearful over. It's just because right now people are buying up Bitcoin, liquidating the USDT. It's going to fluctuate like that. When Bitcoin is dropping, people transfer into USDT. Like I bet you most of these ups and downs coincide with pumps and dumps. When price is dumping, and there is no near support, people will transfer in USDT. When price is hitting macro lows, people will transfer out and buy up Bitcoin. I have no clue like what they were getting at. Like I try to theorize like how that makes sense, the birds and the bees. Which one is the guy, which one's the girl? I'm assuming the bees are the guys because they got a stinger, but I don't know, birds got beaks. Who knows? Whatever psychopath made that story up and told that to their kid, and then their kid told that to their kids, and then their kids told that to their kids, they need to be stopped. We need to create a time machine, prevent that from ever happening, because I'm pretty sure it ruined the mentality of a lot of people. They get into the bedroom with a girl for the first time and they're like, show me your bird. What? Psychopaths. Sometimes shit just comes out my mouth before I think about it. You're walking around Walmart listening to me in a speaker, and you just let me say that out loud? That's a good emoji. Chocolate. I like that. duper. That's awesome. uh, Bird box is the greatest combination between the two words we got for it now. Monk, the psychopath that's always in my chat, he said to me, I don't care if you got monkeypox, I just want in that funky box. And I didn't know how to respond. So you got box, you got bird. Fuck what you heard. It's the new lingo. Can you check crow? CRO. No, it doesn't look too much different to what we've had happen on other charts. It actually looks like it looks very similar to BTC. Obviously, BTC just now put in its recent low, but you can see you had this ABC here, which kind of is still the norm. I would say like your new relevant ABC would probably be here. I probably still would go with the larger one. Like if you're looking to play ABCs on this, but you have A, you have B, and you have C. Obviously, you could go with the lower entry if you want to get in sooner, but definitely more well received if we get back above about 10 cents. And I mean, like on the larger chart here, I mean, you have the 5.3 cent support, you have the 8.1 cent support, which is just what got retested. Yeah, I mean, if we can get back above 10 cents, it looks all right from like a support and resistance perspective. Bird Box and Tiger King are forever synonymous with the quarantine for me. Which one was Bird Box? Was that the one where like they had to be blindfolded? It's basically it's the one where like you have to be super quiet because the aliens are super hearing, and the other ones are you can't look at the aliens because then you'll go crazy. It's like the same movie, just flip the senses. All right, I'm gonna get going, guys. We've been consistently having 2-hour live streams. It's good, I guess. Getting double trouble. But I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'm gonna take my sister to the vape shop because she needs vapes, and probably chill out and play some more God of War. Just to recap real quick. All right, like I said, the magical number for BTC for me is 17,600. If we are above that, I will be long. Obviously, right now, we are in the midst of possibly creating an ABC position in order to get out of shorts and enter new ones if it's going to continue to the downside. But we don't know yet. For Ethereum, obviously, I got a little bit higher entry on the long. But if we see a retracement back down to 1181, I'll be re-entering that trade. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate your time today, as always. And I'll probably be live tomorrow, sometime around the same time. And all that good stuff. Let me try to find an actual song to play on the outro today. Because lately I've just been like turning up the music as soon as I leave. It's just carbon based. But maybe an old song I played on stream. Yeah. All right, I'll play this song right here. If you like the song on the outro, it's Islands by Joseph Salvat. I've played it before, but yeah. You gonna be online when I get off work? I should be, but I probably won't be on long, just because I've been going to sleep so early. But I should try. The bird chirpings in the background is making me laugh. Oh no. All right, let's do the thing and head off for today. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we got more to talk about in the market. The market's been exciting. All right, when the market's excited, I'm excited. All right, so hopefully it stays that way. I look like Johnny Bravo, the way my hair was sticking up there. Bye!
There's only one destination, a place we all end up. But if that's all we got in common, I'm not sure if that's enough. And all my friends are getting married, some are in love, most just gave up. Buying houses, starting families, and I'm just picking up. Sliding in and out of touch, living too fast but not enough. And they say no man's an island, but I think I am. Lying under cocaine skies, watching as the years tick by. My mother says it's such a shame that I only got myself to blame. And still I'm sitting here just hoping that a ship will come a wreck all over me. But the way that things are going, I don't know how long that ship is gonna be. I think it's time to leave the city. There we go, running away again. The people here are far too pretty. Sure, I got a seat at the table, but I don't fit in. And just in case I forgot, y'all here to remind me that once again we're not the same at all. But the truth is, if you asked and I would go blindly, I'd fall. But I'm just sliding in and out of touch, living too hard but not enough. And they say no man's an island, but I think I am. Lying under cocaine skies, watching as the years tick by. My mother says it's such a shame that I only got myself to blame. And still I'm sitting here just hoping that a ship will come and wreck all over me. But the way that things are going, I don't know how long that ship is gonna be. Oh, it will come eventually. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it now. No, it will come eventually. Don't worry about it, don't worry about. No, it will come eventually. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, they say no man's an island, but I think I am. Lying under cocaine skies, watching as the years tick by. My mother says it's such a shame that I only got myself to blame. And still I'm sitting here just hoping that the ship will come and wreck all over me. But the way that things are going, I don't know how long that ship is gonna be. Oh, and someone will come and reassure me I'm exactly where I need to be. Eventually, eventually.